Fan 007. What up? You good? I'm alive, I'm breathing. Drop this shit. What up, nigga? Drop this shit. What up, nigga? Fucking heads, man. Yo, what are you niggas waiting for, man? Subscribe before the fucking interview start. You niggas is fucking out, man. Angry Fan Movement.
Hey, we got Pat Stay on the line. Yo, Pat Stay, what's good, my nigga?
Everything's good, my friend. How you doing, man?
Everyone telling welcome to Angry Fans Radio. You already know what it is. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot to talk about. You know what I'm saying? It's not just about the battle with Calico and shit. Just battle rap in general. How long have you been battle rapping for?
I've been battle rapping since 2006, like mid 2006. You can find it. I think it's 2007 actually. It get taken down a couple times and then put back up, but you can find it on the internet. My very first battle was against a dude named Calico, and I was mad young.
Okay.
I had just turned 20, I think so, and I'm 29 now. So, yeah, quite a while.
So you've been in the game before all the money came into it, when it was down to nitty gritty, only real niggas could battle. You from that era?
I've been in before Grind Time, before King of the Dot, before everything.
What was it? What was the league called? Elements, right? It was some Elements.
The Elements League, yeah. You can actually find a blog where D-Rect says something like, they asked him how he got started, and he's seen some shit called the Elements League. And he said he mentioned my name too, and he said it just kind of sparked the idea from him or whatever, because it was pretty good. And I mean, obviously it wasn't the first battle rap league in the world, but it was the only one really doing the shit that's going on now.
Okay, so you've been in battle rap. So I mean, how do you feel from then to now? With it being so public and so much into it, where it's not just bars, it's performance, and I mean, how much has the game changed in your opinion?
Quite a bit. I mean, it's mostly the business that made a change, and that can always, to me, there's always negatives in that. You know, the stages and just, you know, the microphones and just it'll take away from the performance. My last battle was in a pit, which was really fucking dope, because that's how it started. My first ones were in the street, you know what I mean? But like the recorded ones too. But you know, it got real, you know, technical with the bars and things like that. You know, everything's changed. It used to be cool to have a lot more jokes and shit like that. But yeah, I mean, it got more technical, and that happens with anything. You know, I mean, technology and everything that just expands. You know, it's bigger.
Okay. Well, I'll
tell you what's different. This is a little off topic. Not off topic, but probably not what you're looking for. But I'll tell you the biggest difference is due to the you know, the technicalities that people have in their bars and shit like that. It really limited our audience though, because back then and even up until like, you know, 4 or 5 years ago, everyone could like battle rap. You could bring like a group of fucking hot girls into a room and show them a battle rap, and they'll like it because there's some clever stuff and some funny shit and shit that anybody can enjoy. But now it's just super technical. I don't got 50 cents, my homie. Sorry, brother. Man, I'm on an interview, a long interview. Yeah, it was funny, man. There's a couple of little stick-up kids that hang around here, man. So I'm actually sitting here with my fucking chain out and my brand new Jordans, just wishing the motherfucker would. But I could tell those kids weren't really bad at it. But anyways, I just hate little fucking. They're not worse to me than a little thief and things like that. And that's where the kids hang here. But anyways, yeah, there used to be more. You know, now it's like. A bunch of girls couldn't sit down and watch a brand new battle because it's just so technical with the bars and all the fucking schemes and shit like that. I think that's a really big. That's what separates a lot. But anyways, I drifted off topic a bit, didn't I?
Well, not really, because it's like you said, battle rap is changing. I mean, that's more. That's
yeah.
There's a lot of new fans now, and so you battle Daylight. You see the display of antic he used. How'd you feel about that?
Well, his antics?
Yeah, when you battled Daylight.
You know, at the time, it's funny. When people are rapping towards me, I'm not listening to what they're saying for the most part, because I'm trying to go over my shit, because I always prepare last minute, which is stupid. But so I thought that he was like, at the time, I thought it was a big angle for him, like I'm a racist. But really, it really didn't have everything to do with me in the first place. It was about like, you know, the scene and other people, right? So at the time, I thought it was real whack, because I think it's funny, like. Almost everyone calls me racist, and I don't even have to defend myself. You don't even know where I'm from, or what what I'm about. But when I realized it wasn't even about me, then I kind of appreciated it to an extent. You know, I mean, he had some intelligent views and shit like that, and you know, I mean, that's what he goes for. More people were talking about him than me, so that's what he wanted. So he's smart in a sense, you know.
Okay, absolutely. Well, you know,
so Pat,
Wayne?
yeah, I'm trying to get in. I'm here. So Pat, listen, this is Wayne. So I just want to skip right to this battle with you and Calico. How did you feel about that battle? You've probably already been asked that, but I have really been kind of defending the whole situation with you and Cal. And I mean, I'm going to be honest. I am back and forth when it comes to your battle. You know what I mean? It's like I feel like sometimes, certain times you haven't been certain ways, certain times you have. And I guess your street cred seems to always come into play. But I feel like you really were professional and you kept your composure with this battle. And that's the reason why it didn't go beyond levels with this battle. I mean, how do you feel about it? I mean, I just want to see you battle more in the States. Does it change your mind about that, or? I mean,
oh hell no! I love the battle in the States. Man, listen, I'll tell you, this battle wasn't like this was like it was a small venue. It was a small, you know, there wasn't that many people there. There was not. It was just like a King of the Dot. It was a King of the Dot crowd. It was just like a regular King of the Dot battle. I love the battle in the States. As far as the whole street cred thing, like when you were saying that, I covered my mouth laughing because it's like to someone like me, like it's real funny to like, oh yeah, Pat lost his street cred. Like in my world, you will not lose your street cred in a battle from somebody like tapping your pockets or tapping your. If anything, it's the other guy that's like, because you know, this is a business, this is entertainment. There's cameras, there's people, there's this is my job. This is how I feed myself. I have the chain. There's so many different reasons why I can't punch you. Like I could if I wanted to, but I just flushed down everything I've worked for the past fucking 9 years, possibly get a charge, all this type of shit. So, if anything, do that shit outside the venue. You know what I mean? So it's kind of weak on his behalf doing it. Like, I didn't feel like I'm secure enough as a man to the point where when he touches my head, I don't feel like I'm like, oh shit, like people are going to think I'm a pussy if I don't push him or punch him. Like, fuck, I'm going to do this, boom, and then fuck up my whole entire career for a couple internet thugs to be like, yeah, Pat's a man. And I'm like, oh, cool, are you guys going to pay my rent now? Are you guys going to feed my family? Are you guys going to give me my chain back? Are you guys going to give me back all these opportunities for promotion and these companies that will no longer back me anymore? Like, nah, they're not. So cats feel, like, I don't glorify that violent shit because I've been to it. Very much so. 20 minutes after the battle, someone got knocked the fuck up, and I don't even like bragging about that shit. Ask anybody that was there. It's not a good scene, right? So, I don't think violence in battle rap is good. It's really bad, and it has nothing to do with street cred, man. I wouldn't care if he pocket checked me 10 times. I wouldn't care if he touched my pockets 10 fucking times. Like, that does not define anything to me. You know what I'm saying? Like I told him, he hit my head. I said, don't touch me. My brother came up. I backed him up. I told him chill, told everybody chill, and we moved on. I'm a professional, stand-up guy. That's all. You know what I mean?
So,
right.
So now
I can appreciate that.
My fault, Wayne. Go ahead.
That's okay. No. I was agreeing with him. I was just saying I can appreciate that.
I appreciate you too, and I appreciate everything you said and your questions and concerns, and I hope that I clarify a little bit of it for you. And but by the way, when I was saying I kind of laughed, don't ever think that I was being disrespectful about your question, not like that, because I'm kind of answering that to all the little fans too, like that are trying to egg me on, like, oh, Pat, fucking, he lost his credibility. It's like, I don't know, like, you only know battle rap, Pat, and I don't, and I like to keep things discreet and that type of shit. We don't want to glorify the scene, man. What happens if I punch Calico? That's 2 violent battles in a year. Everybody is gonna want to punch somebody now because it's causing so much attention to the negative things that aren't going to uplift us and push us. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's gonna get really badly hurt.
I mean, definitely. Right, I actually think it's kind of crazy, my fault, when people are even going that route, because it's like, okay, I'm trying to put myself in your shoes. Number one, we all know you're number one in Canada. You are that dude, point blank, period. Everyone thinks you can't lose, period, in Canada. So you actually have the whole entire Canada on your back. That's your first time coming to the U.S. for a battle. You battle with nigga Calico. Now, let's just clear the air on this. This is the reason why I'm not caught up in the hype like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? I got a blog coming, but if I'm not mistaken, I actually heard that you was actually chilling with Calico not too long before that. Like, y'all was drinking and just chilling and shit.
I mean, we were in Arizona chilling and shit like that. Like, we were in Arizona, same place at the same time. Like, I seen him at the hotel. We were talking normally, and it's just, man, that's why I never ever thought for 1 second that anything was gonna pop up. I knew for a fact nothing would pop up between me and Calico. I was not worried about that. I was only worried about my brother and then his people. You know what I mean? Because that's what, because if my brother swings, then it's on, because then his people have to swing, and then it's beyond me and Calico. I know Calico's a professional. He went in there with a point to prove, and I just wish that he would have clarified it. You know, if he actually had an issue with me, he would have did it outside. But you know, I'm not calling him a fake dude, but he was just really sloppy drunk. That's all, and I was dead sober, and I'm so thankful that I didn't react in a certain way, because people get hurt, and that's not something to glorify. And anybody that glorifies this type of shit, I know they haven't been through real shit in their entire life, man. You know what I mean? And they just like seeing it from the computer screen. Oh, I wish those two would have fought. And you don't know how it goes down. What if I hit him as hard as I could? He's knocked out cold, and his boys they got something on him. Boom. Other people in the crowd get hurt. Somebody gets bucked or some crazy ass shit like that. You know what I mean? All over me reacting because I feel the need. Some bunch of internet nerds are going to take my credibility away. Nah, man. I'm a champ. I'm a champ, and I'm a stand-up dude, and so I react accordingly. You know what I mean? It's weird for me to even have this conversation so much, because I swear to God, like at the venue, I didn't even see it as a big deal. I really didn't. I really didn't. And like I was asking people, because they're all caught up, they're all hype about it. I'm like, really? I didn't even see it as a big deal. He hit me in the head with his hand. I told him, don't touch me. He did a little thing with his hand and it touched my chest. I didn't even notice that. And then it was done. He said, sorry, whatever. And then he was laughing at my shit, you know, joking, dancing to my shit. I didn't even think it was a big deal at all, but everyone's acting like he pulled a bazooka out on me or something. You know what I mean? You can't actually bully somebody like me. So, like, it's like, I just seen it as him being extra. Now, I think where we defer is Nova Scotians were really like, if you notice, when my guys lined up, they didn't say anything. They didn't say, they were right up there ready to go. But, you know, his guys were going on, and I'm not calling them shit talkers or nothing, but they talk more or whatever. And I think it's more of a states thing too. But I don't talk that shit. It's either right or left for me. And for that day, I came to rap, and I was under a lot of pressure, man, because I didn't know my shit. Like I said in my last interview, I don't know if you noticed, but all 3 rounds I didn't have an ender for any of my shit, and I pretty much forgot all 3 rounds. Like, so while I'm performing, I'm trying to memorize at the same time, and that's why I look so uncomfortable. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. So you was pretty much freestyling around the end, or I mean, what?
Say it again.
I mean, you was pretty much freestyling around the end, or you just stopped when you stopped, like
freestyle? I straight up stopped, man, and it's stupid. I should have never done it. I mean, I think I pretty much just like stopped. I was like, fuck, you know what I mean? It's my fault, man. Lack of preparation. Never do it again, and I needed to, man, because I was winning too much. I was finding things too easy. So this is just a wake up call. You know what I mean?
But you know what? And I told you this shit earlier. Like, I think you kind of needed that shit, bro. You needed to know that. You know what I'm saying? It can go left and you can lose. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If that's what people think, you lost that battle right there. To me personally, it's kind of crazy, my nigga. It's like most niggas are gonna amped over him putting his hand on your head and that. They're not getting amped over the actual bars he's saying. Is what I'm realizing.
I know, and that's funny, and that's how you can pick and choose who's who and what they're really about. You know what I mean? Most of the real dudes, they don't even pay attention to that. They just thought it was whack. I'm not going to mention names or whatever, but even dudes that are cool with Calico, a lot of dudes that were there, were just like, yo, well, I'll tell you right now, we don't stand for that shit. That's some fucking bullshit. Everyone tweet about the head ice was like, yo, I know Pat Stay. He wasn't scared. He was keeping it professional as he should be. Wolf Love, you know, everyone. Any real dude that seen that was like, that was just some extra shit. That was bullshit. And, I mean, shit, 90% of the people I've seen, or at least 80% of people I've seen, said I won. So that's cool with me. You know what I mean? In my mind, I didn't do a great job, but I still think I won for sure. So, you know, it is what it is.
Yo, Pat, do you feel Cal
Yo, Henry, you low, bro. You real low.
Say what?
Henny, you low, Henny.
Can y'all hear me better now?
Yeah, I hear you now.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say, do you think Cal came there with the agenda to cause a fight, or just to try to, for lack of a better term, punk you or whatever like that, or do you think it's just the alcohol got the best of him?
I think that he came there not to fight. He ain't trying to fight, man. He came there to what you said, to punk me, to look like the bully, like he's bullying the bully. I think that he drank more to get that way. And it's funny, I was thinking today, if anybody who hears this interview, and when I say this right now, they'll be laughing to themselves, but if you knew Drunk Pat, whew, that would have been a bad fucking scene. But then again, I made sure I didn't even have one drink because I didn't know my material. When you're drunk, it's hard to remember your shit. But like, I understand him being extra when he was loaded. That's why that's why the battle wasn't the main event, because he asked the promoter, he's like, yo, I'm drinking, I need to fucking get on early. He was really drunk.
Oh wow!
But
really?
Yeah, for real. He was getting twisted. So I don't know. Maybe he wanted to get extra twisted so he could be extra, bullyish, as he would say, or whatever. But I definitely 100% don't think he went there to fight. You know what I mean? Okay, we'll say this: if he went there to fight, then that's the wackest shit in the fucking world, because I seen you all weekend. We were casually fucking in the same hotel, like, you know what I mean? Like, so that, but I know that he ain't stupid, he's a professional to some sort, and so I think, yeah, his main point was to come there and look like a bully, and I guess to a lot of people, his mission was completed, right?
Okay, so, yeah, I mean, cause people were saying, like, you were scared, like, me, pushing myself, I didn't see it.
Man, listen, I'm not scared of anybody, man. I was not scared scared of what? What could happen? What? You don't see me? Like, I'm not a little dude, Like, well, what can happen? We get in a fight, and what could possibly fucking happen? I was not scared of one fucking bit. The only thing I was concerned about was my brother swinging on somebody, and then it's all bad, because he's grown, man. I don't like him getting this shit. You know what I mean? He'll beat up everyone in the fucking venue. This guy is the toughest. Like, I don't even want to go there, but I just didn't want him getting in trouble. And then it turned into something, and then the culture's fucked up. You know what I mean? I didn't even feel the need to. It was so minor. I was like, oh, this drunk guy just touched my hat. Like, he ain't even trying to do nothing. He's just trying to make a scene. Who gives a fuck? It's not like he slapped me across the face. It's not like he hurt me. He didn't scratch me. He didn't do anything fucking like that. No big deal, man. I'm laughing at this issue, man. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yo, Pat. Hey, yo. Seeing that you've been in the game for 9 years, before Twitter was crazy and Facebook was crazy, and it's like you ain't have to worry about none of the bullshit the fans are saying. Now you got Twitter and Facebook, and niggas is tweeting you crazy. Like, how the fuck does that feel now? Like, you didn't have to worry about none of this dumb shit back in the day, but, like, how does it feel now as a battler, knowing that you got all these fucking fans tweeting you? I know you be ignoring them and shit if niggas say crazy shit to you, but how does that feel now?
I mean, they try to get the best of you in some ways, but it don't really bother me. I respond sometimes, but it's everyone's got to do it. There's got to be trolls, and those are usually the only people that are gonna, like in this particular situation. Those are the internet guys are going to be the only ones that are like, yo, he lost his street cred and shit like that. And I don't really pay him no mind. Like, I don't know. They're the people that don't really support the movement whatsoever. They just kind of yap behind a computer screen. They don't order the pay-per-views. They don't go to the events and things like that. So they don't care if the culture dies and goes under from this type of shit. So. I mean, but they have to decide what they want. They got to decide what they want. Like, no matter what, I'm not going to change over, and be immature and act like that. But here's the thing: like, if I do wallow one day, if I was easily gullible and fucking listen to them too much, and I did wallow one day, and I said, man, fuck this shit. The next person that does this, I'm gonna really pick them up and slam them on the fucking ground, have them doing a fucking Caesar salad all over the fucking place. Next thing you know, I'm the biggest fucking bully, piece of shit. I ruin the culture. I'm immature. I don't know how to think with my head. All this type of shit. Like I'm every name in the book. I ruined everything. It's like these guys don't know. They just they don't got their head on straight. You know what I mean? So. I don't really worry about them guys, man. So they're hypocrites.
I don't think niggas realize that if you hit Calico, you probably don't get paid, right?
If I hit Calico, I don't get paid. I lose my chain. I don't get my next few battles that are lined up, which means I don't get my fat ass paychecks, which means I don't eat. I might get charged depending on. He had 4 boys behind him. I had 4 boys behind me. I'm sure there was things, whatever. Yeah. People were gonna get fucking hurt, really badly hurt. Me and Calico are big boys, man. You know, and I'm sure, right. You know, whatever. Like people would have got really badly hurt, man. And that ain't nothing to joke about, because shit does get real. I'm not talking about a one punch type of shit. I'm saying shit, you know. And those guys ain't bitches. I ain't talking bad about them. They're real dudes too. And it just would have been a bloody mess over what? Because I couldn't control my anger. Like I wasn't,
Right, but I was going to say you could have possibly been banned too, right?
Oh, that's just one part of it. I'm banned. That means I can't battle. Like, if you really sit down with math on a logical level and have a conversation with him, I guarantee you he'll say, "Man, I fucking regret that so much." He can't battle on URL. Diz called me right away. He's like, "Man." He was so pissed about the situation. Like, he don't glorify that shit either. He wishes he didn't do it. He can't battle. Like, these guys are banned. Everything's screwed. You take my chain away. You know how hard I work for that shit? You know, just to look cool to some internet thugs that are like, yeah, you should have did this. Now you're a bitch. It's like, here, how about this, man? Walk outside an event with me. Call me a fucking bitch. You know what I mean? Other than that, I'm a professional, bro. I'm too grown for that type of shit. You know what I mean? I've been there, done that. It's not a pretty scene. You know what I'm saying? It's not. It's nothing to glorify.
No, I definitely, I dig that. I mean, I think, like, some niggas gotta, like, really open their eyes. Like, why the fuck would, okay, so to entertain the internet, you're going to miss your battles, which is future money, which could be thousands of dollars, and we're gonna do all that just so we can stay Pat Stay out of Punk. Like, that's really how I feel about that shit. Like, I think niggas are, like, really going left field with the shit now, to the point that, like niggas want battles to end their careers just to make them happy. It's kind of crazy. Look what happened with Math and Diz. Like, Diz ain't battled for how long? Math is hitting niggas. He ain't on URL for how long? Like, are niggas really paying attention?
Yeah, the difference is, too, you know, they had their feud back and forth. Me and Calico had nothing. I seen him in Arizona. He's like, cool with me. Only things I've ever seen him in a blog saying Pat's cool. Another blog, he's like, I like Pat Stay. And, like, so to me, it was just like, okay, this guy's really drunk. There's no situation. There's no reason. There was no beef. So I didn't know. Yeah, there's just so many different, you know, just so many different reasons why it would have been so dumb for me to react. And I don't know. It's even foolish to talk about. I'm probably gonna have to do another radio interview about it. And to me, it's like it's funny because I really didn't see it as a big deal at all. I didn't. He touched my hand. Like I said, I would let him pocket check me 20 times. Like, I'm that guy. Like, that doesn't make me or break me as a man. Like, this is a battle rap. This is a live battle rap. We're gonna break like $20,000 worth of equipment and ruin everything in the fucking world because in the streets it's fucking it's a code in the streets. When you're in a battle rap with a guy, you have to fucking push him. Like, come on, get out of my fucking face. These guys really ain't street. Especially the guys that are like, well, fuck, man, I guess I wasn't raised like you. Shut the fuck up. You would have did the same thing as fucking me. And these guys are the goofiest motherfuckers in the world. But I guess we were raised different. Motherfucker, I would pick you up and slam you a million fucking times over again. Shut the fuck up with this. I would have did this. I would have did that. Anybody could say that. It's stupid, man. The smarter man does exactly what I did. You know what I mean? Show the situation. That's the bigger man. You know? On the street is different.
So, question, yo, Pat, when does that line get crossed in your opinion?
When he touched my head. That's it. I think that I felt like that was really the only thing he did. I think he tapped my back or something like that.
I mean, when does it go past when you say, you know what, fuck the battle? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. Just say when, you know how he hit my head, and I said, don't touch me, and he just goes boom again. Then you know that's what it is, right? And he didn't do that. And because and it's not because he's a bitch, because he's not a bitch. He's getting paid. This shit gives him money. So once I said, don't touch me. If he really wanted to fight, he would have did it again. He would have hit me. He would hit me in the head again. So, I mean, I guess that would have been the line right there. But and that would have been stupid. I would have hated it. I would have fucking hated it. Oh, boom! I have to fight this guy now, which is stupid. But I don't know. I mean, there is a line. Of course, there's a line. But just like I said a million times, I knew nothing was going to happen. I knew what he was about. I explained it to my brother before I went there. I was like, listen, he's going to do this. You know, he got in my bro's face. My bro called him a pussy. He didn't swing on him. Why? Because he's rapping. He's doing his job. Like, you know, rappers do that shit. It's okay. It was okay with me, man. I wasn't that bothered by it. For real. I don't know if that makes me softer than people or I don't know.
I mean, really, all right, a big example. All right, you battled Marv One. Marv One asked you not to talk about his brother. You spoke about his brother.
No. I want to clear that up, too. Okay. Me and Marv One had problems. Right? Like actual problems. We dealt with it as men in a battle. He found out weeks. Now, I really hated this guy. I'm talking about I hated him. Otherwise, I wouldn't have talked about that type of shit. But I didn't hate him like to fight him, but I really disliked him for some shit that he did. He found out weeks before the battle that I was going to say something about his brother. So that's why he said that. He said, you know, you want to talk about my brother. So that's why he brought up his brother in that type of sense. Like, he's battled 100 times in his life. Why would he randomly bring up his brother, right? Because he found out I was going to talk about him, right? And it's not like I freestyled the brother stuff. I didn't freestyle it. It was already written. So, I mean, it's not revenge for that because me and Calico didn't have an issue. Me and Marv One did, right?
Okay.
We had a real issue. And there's other things that people talk about, like, what about when you picked up that guy in Sweden? It's like, I don't know if you've seen that battle, but the guy was like up to my nipples. He was like a little tiny nerd, and I did it to be funny. Like I picked him up under the armpits, and I said, "I hate you," and I fucking shook him in the air. Like I didn't hurt him, or I wasn't trying to pick a fight with the guy or prove that I was tougher than him. I just thought it was really funny for a big ass guy like me to shake a little guy around. I thought everyone would laugh, you know. And so I don't know. It's just, people are like, "Is it karma?" But think about it. Think about it, my man. Think about the last time I really, really got in someone's face in a battle. I really don't even get in people's faces in battles for the most part. I don't. I actually give them, I usually give kind of a respectable space. This might be like 1 minute total of a battle where I get like in someone's face. You know what I mean? I'm not the bully that people make me out to be. I mean, can you give me another example where I have bullied somebody? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm tripping.
You bullied Sharon, bro.
How did I bully Sharon?
Say what happened with you and you told Sharon. I'm just assuming you told, like, what's the rumor that you told Sharon he couldn't mention something about Hollow Hand? Can you break that down?
Yeah, man, I'll do that. That's the biggest misconception in battle rap, man. All right, I'll break it down. A couple hours before the battle, I got a call from someone. Yo, Hollahan has a plan to come on stage. Sharon's gonna say some shit, and Hollahan brought some goons with him, and he's gonna jump on stage and say and back up what he's saying, and then say you fucked up the loyalty or some type of shit like that. And if you react to it, they're gonna jump you or some shit. So I was like, so I approached Sharon, and I was like, this is where the lines cross. I don't give a fuck what you say, but you bring someone on stage who I've known my entire life, that gets personal. And I noticed that Hollahan did have these new guys with him that aren't, that are about that life, but that aren't Hollahan's like normal crew. So I was like, okay, this guy's plotting something. So I just told Sharon, I said, we're gonna fuck this whole event up. There's a potential Drake versus Mook after this. We're not going to get paid. Someone's going to die. Or not die, but someone's going to get really fucked up. Like the people I was with even got ready for the situation, if you know what I'm saying. And so Organic seen us discussing it. So Organic said, you're not bringing Hollahan on stage. And that's all that happened. Sharon got to say everything he wanted to say. He just didn't have the reinforcement to stand up and say, that's true, you fucked up the loyalty, and that's it. No one censored anything he was going to say. He got everything he had to say out. He just didn't have the backup to reinforce it. Like I said, everyone's like, oh, Pat said you can't say this. What the like, what? Oh, man, you can't say this. This is really fucking personal, man. Like, I would never say something like that. Who could ever do that? Sharon would go to Organic and be like, hey, he says I can't say that. And Organic would say, shut the fuck up, Pat. You can't censor what people say. So I don't know who spread that rumor, but that's the stupidest fucking thing in the entire world. The only thing he didn't get out was Hollahan on stage just to save me from punching Hollahan in the face and then shit going into a brawl, you know what I mean? And I definitely would have punched him in the face because Sharon was saying some fucking whack ass shit that's not cool where I'm from. Like, yeah, Pat was in jail for beating up a girl and he was in protective custody. Like, that's all fucking complete bullshit. And if Hollahan would have jumped on stage and confirmed any of that shit, that's beef. That's a problem. So yeah, I didn't bully Charron whatsoever. I didn't say you can't. I wasn't even the one that said you can't bring Hollahan. I just said it's gonna be a fucking problem. Shit's gonna go down, and you'll probably get fucking banged out too. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? It was organic that said you can't put him on. He got everything he had to say out. I didn't censor shit.
Fan 007. What up? You good? I'm alive, my weed, man. Drop this shit. What up, nigga? Drop this shit. What up, nigga? Fucking head, man.